this is a couple sessions I did last night with Chippy. And what I'm doing here is we're working on reverse retrieving. And I give him the ball, and then he needs to put it in the correct receptacle. I'll cast him to the receptacle I want him to put it in. And what's notable is that I'm moving it around. Like you'll see, right after this, we did a session right after this where it was sort of tied into this session, but I just moved the placemat back a little bit just to keep moving it around, making it tougher. We also were taking receptacles and putting them in other rooms. I was casting him to receptacles, doing reverse retrieves, but he had to go by his buddy Tonka and Ike that I put in crates. So, you know, I'm trying to proof the dog as much as possible. Now, one thing that's very important is that dog training is repetitious. Watch how I'm making him go straighter. It's repetitious, and that's how dogs learn, and that's how people learn. When I was a kid, I took I did like this wrestling camp that Dan Gable taught, and he said something that has always stuck in my mind, and that's that you practice a move 1,000 times before, or 10,000 times, I think he said, before you really can say that you know it. And that's true. That's sort of true. It might be an exaggeration. You don't probably have to do that with the dog, but the point is still the same. That you drill the dog like you would if you were doing martial arts or anything like that. Practice makes perfect, and without practice, your dog doesn't get better, and you don't get better at interacting with the dog. So you want to practice. It doesn't have to be long. Build on success. This is something Chippy will be able to do right away. We'll be doing this with his parents, you know, in just a few days, and he can do this. So they got it easy. They can just step in and start working with Chip a little bit, you know, do a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening, and really keep them all tuned up. And they're going to get better at this too. Look at Chippy's tail. You see how he really likes doing this? He loves interacting with people. All dogs like doing this stuff. It's just a fact. They all like it. And once you see how much the dog likes it, you know, you're sort of obligated to work with them. You don't have to do it a lot, but you should set time aside. If you could do it every day, that would be great. Everybody should be able to find 5 or 10 minutes to work with their dog. You could even, just as you're going out the door every time, you know, it's about discipline. It's about discipline. So every time you come to the door, it'll remind you, oh, I'm going to make the dog sit. Or every time I go to the door, I'm going to put the dog in the down position. You just keep practicing and practicing, and you'll get much, much better with the dog, and the dog will become more responsive to you too. So you and the dog, that's the whole deal, is that, you know, man and dog, we've been working with the dog longer than any other of the creatures on this planet. That's, you know, it's just a fact. So knowing that we've been with them, that it's the oldest domesticated animal, it's really important that if you have a dog in your house, that you do work with it, and you do make sure that it's trained, and you make sure that it's compliant. If you have a dog that just sits around, they end up being a mess. Here we are. What we're doing here is, see that Frisbee? We haven't used that in weeks. It's probably been 3 weeks or something, maybe a month. But I put that in there to just sort of stump him. So I'm just casting them right and left. This is another game that you could teach your dog, and that's just casting. You could have a few of these things around the house. You could put them down. If you look at Chip. Look at how he's looking at me. He's totally into it. All dogs are into this. I'm telling you, if you train your dog to do this, he'll look like Chippy too. He'll be the exact same wagging tail, looking at you. They love this. It's been, you know, how many thousands of years have we been telling dogs what to do? And then in the last 100 years, it's like dogs have become couch potatoes, and have just become, you know, and we have 4 million dying every year. They're not happy. They're not happy. They need to work. You're not doing your dog any favor by not training it. You aren't. This dog can do so many things, and honestly, like, knowing as owners, I have a feeling that they'll probably add stuff in. Now they got a dog that they can really get the dog to do more things. I mean, I would assume that the Jimmy would put him in videos doing stuff. I'm throwing a pheasant wing right there. But like this dog could, you know, this dog's gonna be a star. Now see, I'm making him go straight again. I want him to keep turning and sort of go straight. See, I make him go straight before I throw it, and I'm gonna make him wait too. Can't go get in until I release him, and I release him with his name, Chippy.
It's pretty good.
Look at that guy. I'm gonna miss this guy, man. I'm telling you, this guy, he is as cute in person as he is. He's probably cuter in person. The damn dog is great. He's friendly. He's nice. There's so many good things to say about him.